This is the Transportation TV News Update. I'm Tony Dorsey reporting. In the news this week, U.S. Transportation Secretary LaHood called for additional public input on exactly when states must comply with new regulations listed in the updated Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, or MUTCD. The move was prompted by concerns from cash-strapped states worried about the potential costs associated with complying with the new national standards for road markings, highway signs, traffic signals, and other traffic control devices. AASHTO is one of more than 250 key stakeholder groups working with the FHWA to develop the MUTCD. In a statement released on Monday, November 29th, Secretary LaHood said, given the difficult economic conditions states currently face, asking for additional input on compliance dates is the right thing to do. The public will have 45 days from November 30th to submit comments to the Federal Register. Those comments should be directed to www.regulations.gov. Also in the news, Oklahoma Governor-elect Republican Mary Fallin announced this week that State Transportation Secretary Gary Ridley will retain his current position. Ridley will also continue to serve as the director of the Oklahoma Department of Transportation and pick up the job of director of the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority. Ridley was first appointed secretary in 2009. In Ohio, Governor-elect Republican John Kasich announced the appointment of Jerry Ray on Tuesday to head the Ohio Department of Transportation. Ray served as ODOT director from 1991 to 1999 under previous GOP governors Bob Taft and George Voinovich. And in Vermont, Democratic Governor-elect Peter Shumlin named Brian Cyrillus Secretary of Transportation. Cyrillus was Transportation Secretary under former Governor Howard Dean. He will leave his current position as director of the Burlington International Airport. In other news, the concept of tolling existing U.S. highways to generate new revenues suffered a major setback in April when Pennsylvania lost its bid for federal approval to raise $472 million by placing tolls on I-80. Now states are closely watching another developing story. U.S. Transportation Secretary LaHood said on Tuesday, November 30th, that the federal government would continue to study an effort to put tolls on federally owned highways to help pay for the $4.1 billion Ohio River Bridges project. The Louisville, Kentucky Journal quotes LaHood saying, "We're looking at it. These things take time. We want to be careful to make the right decision." LaHood was responding Tuesday to reporters' questions after a ceremony marking the start of construction on a bridge between Milton, Kentucky and Madison, Indiana. The project is expected to be completed in the fall of 2012. The secretary gave no indication when a final decision on the tolling question might be made. And finally this week, AASHTO has announced the dates for its 2011 Washington briefing. The annual gathering of state and federal transportation leaders will be held March 2nd through the 4th at the Hyatt Regency Hotel on Capitol Hill. One of the primary objectives of the conference will be to generate support for passage of a robust multi-year surface transportation reauthorization bill to support both federal highway and transit programs. To find out more, go to the AASHTO homepage at www.transportation.org and click on the meetings link at the top of the page. That's the Transportation TV News Update. Thanks for watching.